Hi there. Today we're going to make a roasted vegetable soup. It's kind of like a take on minestrone, except there's no pasta in it. The star of this particular soup is fennel. Fennel is really nice this time of year in the late winter, early spring. You see it in the grocery store, and this soup really makes it shine. Fennel is made up of three different parts. We've got our fronds here, which are like these light green leaves, and then we have the stalks and then the bulb. So for our soup, we're going to use the fronds. We're going to chop these up like we would any fresh herb, and we're going to use them as a garnish at the end. We're not going to use the stalks because they can be really tough. However, you don't have to throw them away. You can put them in your vegetable stock bag in your freezer, or if you're going to be roasting some chicken or some fish, they make a really nice base in your roasting pan. And then we're going to use mostly just the bulb. We're going to slice that up. So this has already been washed. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pick off some of these fronds so we can chop these up really fine and use them to garnish later. And then we're just going to remove the stalks. And I'm going to set these aside so we can put those in the stock bag. And sometimes the outer leaves can be a little bit tough, but this is a fairly small bulb, so I'm not going to worry too much about those. Then I'm going to cut it right down the middle. And then we're going to take out the core. It's a kind of a wedge-shaped core here in the middle. So I'm just going to take my knife and go on either side of the core and just slice that out. Fennel has a really nice flavor. It's very refreshing, it's mild, it's a slight licorice flavor, and you can eat it raw. You can slice it very, very thin, and with some salt and pepper and some lemon juice, it makes a really nice snack. Or you can roast it in the oven like we're going to do for this soup, and it really brings out its natural sweetness. So now that we've taken out the core, we're just going to thinly slice lengthwise. And we're going to add this to our baking sheet that I have here. And what I have on this sheet already is 2 carrots and 2 ribs of celery that I have diced into bite-sized pieces. We're just going to break apart the fennel. I'm going to dice the other one too. And then we're going to mix this with about a tablespoon or 2 of olive oil. And we're going to season it lightly with salt and pepper. And then we're going to put this in a hot oven at 425 degrees, and we're going to roast these for about 10 to 15 minutes until they're lightly browned and all the sweetnesses come out of the fennel, and then we're going to add that to our soup. So we'll take it to the stove and I'll show you how to do that. Okay, so our vegetables have been in the oven now for about 20 minutes, and you see they're nice and browned, and that will bring out the sweetness in the fennel. I stirred them after the 10-minute mark, and then we're going to add them now to the soup. So in the pot I've got some chicken broth, or you could use vegetable broth, and some diced tomatoes. We've added the roasted vegetables to the pot along with the tomatoes and the broth. Now I'm going to add some mixed beans. You could use whatever kind of beans you have. You can use kidney beans or pinto beans. I'm using a 6-bean blend. It's a 19-ounce can. And then I'm going to add half a teaspoon of mixed Italian seasoning. So what we're going to do next is we're going to bring this to a boil, then we're going to reduce it to a simmer, and we're going to cover it and let it simmer for about half an hour, and then it'll be ready to serve. Now our soup is all finished, and we're going to serve it up. We're going to garnish it with a little bit of chopped parsley and some of the chopped fennel fronds that we had left over from our bulb. And if you like, you could also top this with a little bit of Parmesan cheese. That's really good in it too. I hope you enjoyed this recipe. Fennel's a great thing to buy this time of year, and this soup is delicious. So I'll see you again next time. Bye-bye.